You know that feeling, right? That quiet dip in your energy after a conversation, even with someone you care about. You walked in feeling fine, maybe even light, and somehow you leave feeling a little empty, a little tired. You can't always explain why, but your body knows. Something was taken from you. We all experience this. Sometimes we ignore it. Sometimes we blame ourselves for feeling that way. But there's a psychological reason behind it, and understanding it can completely change how you protect your peace. Debeamed. This isn't about labeling people as bad or cutting everyone off. It's about recognizing patterns both in others and in yourself. Yeah. Think of your emotional energy like a calm, clear pool of water. It's where your patience, kindness, and focus come from. Now imagine someone who keeps dipping their hands into that pool, not to share it with you, but to take from it. Little by little, the water level drops. That's what emotional drain looks like. Psychology sometimes calls these people emotional vampires, not because they're evil, but because they often take without realizing how much they're taking. One common type is the chronic complainer. We all complain sometimes. That's normal. But with this person, every conversation turns into a long venting session. They bring problems, but not solutions. You listen. You empathize. You suggest ideas. And still, there's always another issue waiting. You leave the conversation feeling heavy, as if their stress has become yours. You wanted to support them, but instead, you absorbed their emotional load. Then there's the drama magnet. Their life feels like a never-ending crisis. Every story is intense, urgent, and emotionally charged. You get pulled into their chaos because you care, because you don't want to seem cold. But over time, constantly riding their emotional roller coaster leaves you exhausted. You're not just listening anymore, you're managing their storms. Another subtle one is the constant seeker of validation. They need reassurance all the time. Did I do okay? Am I good enough? Do you think this was right? Encouragement is healthy, but with them it never lasts. Every compliment fades quickly. Every reassurance needs to be repeated. You spend your energy trying to fill a gap that only they can heal themselves. It feels like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in it. So how do you protect your emotional energy without becoming distant or cold? Well, it starts with awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. Do you feel lighter or heavier, calm or drained? That feeling is your inner compass. If you consistently feel empty after talking to someone, that's not random. It's information. From there, it's about adjusting how you engage, not necessarily walking away. With the complainer, you can still be kind, but you don't become their emotional dumping ground. You might say, "That sounds really difficult. What are you thinking of doing about it?" Or, "I hear you, but I only have a little time right now." You show empathy without taking responsibility for fixing their life. With the drama magnet, practice emotional detachment. You can listen without matching their intensity. Instead of reacting with shock or panic, respond calmly. "That sounds challenging," rather than "That's unbelievable." Your calm creates a boundary. You don't step into the chaos. You observe it from the outside. With the validation seeker, shift the focus back to them. Instead of constantly reassuring, ask, "What do you think feels right?" Or, "What's your own judgment?" You're helping them build their own inner voice instead of relying on yours. None of this is about being harsh. It's about being healthy. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's self-respect. When you protect your emotional pool, you don't become less caring. You become more genuine. You stop giving out of exhaustion and start giving out of choice. You can't pour from an empty cup. And when you protect your energy, you make room for relationships that don't just take from you, but also give back. Relationships that leave you feeling understood, steady, and whole instead of hollow. Your peace is not something to apologize for. It's something to protect.